Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and I hope you can hear me okay. I know people have said there's a couple of issues with the sound quality in the last video because I have this new computer and I do have a mic, but I don't know if it's working okay. I've tried moving it closer to me, so we see how this video goes. And if not, I'm going to have to look at a better quality one, I suppose. Um, But anyway, we'll see. I think you can hear me okay. I listened to the video back and I can see that sometimes it might be a little bit muffled. But I think, you can hear it okay. You can at least hear it. I don't actually know if I take the mic out and hold it like I'm singing might help. But anyway, you'll let me know, I'm sure, in comments how it's gone. What have I done now? Anyway, so in today's video, in this morning's video, because the inquest is coming up next week, so I'm going to do quite a lot of videos on Nicola. I'm going to really concentrate on the Nicola Bulley case this week, building up to the inquest next Monday. Just going back to basics, things that we either haven't looked at before or maybe I haven't looked at before, things that were from quite a long time ago, from February when Nicola first went missing, because I think we do forget. We went through the Paul Ansell interview last night, and this morning I'm going to look, and this is something that I have never looked at before, like with you in a video, and this is the actual family interview with Ernie and Dot and Louise. Right from the very first week, wasn't it? It was Paul had done his interview on the riverbank, but he still hadn't done his interview, I don't think, with. Oh no, he hadn't done his interview on the riverbank. I think this was the very first interview, even before the sort of the Emma interviews. So many Emma interviews. So we're going to look at the interview and the difference between when Nicola's parents are talking and when Paul is talking to me is such a big, just the look in their faces, you can tell the genuine concern, genuine anguish that they don't know what's happened to Nicola. You don't see that at any time with Paul or Emma. Anyway, let's watch it. Right, let's watch. Share screen. Yeah, we're going to watch it and I'll stop it at sometimes and comment on it, and then you can let me know what you think in comments. So I think just straight away, just before I even start the video, if you look at Dot's face, she looks very anguished, and Ernie just looks sort of like bewildered. So let's start it.
I just can't, if I'm being honest, it feels like I'm just stuck in a nightmare. We're going round and round in circles trying to piece together what could have possibly happened. And we've just got to keep.
So I think Dot, she looks like she's dying to say something, but she's like keeping her thoughts to herself. Yeah, that struck me very much. That felt like she was listening intently to whatever anyone said, whether she didn't actually say anything, did she? But Dot or Ernie said something. Sorry, Ernie or Louise would say something, and Dot would be really concentrating on what they said. But you felt like, even looking at Ernie's face, you feel like there's something in their heads there that they're thinking about.
Such an open mind with everything, because we just have no idea where she is. It's like she's just vanished into thin air. There's no evidence to point us in any direction.
Yeah, you can see at any time they could burst into tears. The thing is, people saying, "Oh, not everybody shows emotion." No, you wouldn't necessarily actually cry. I don't think. But you can tell when someone's feeling that emotion. You can feel when someone's feeling a genuine feeling of anguish or emotion. To me, Louise looks like more shell shocked. They all look shell shocked. That's how it looks to me. I didn't feel this off Paul. I didn't feel that emotion.
Action. Obviously, my hope is that she's still out there. Something's happened and she's, I don't know, needed to take herself off for whatever reason. And we just want a home. We need her home. Her children need a home. It's just absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, that is what, to me, what you would say normally when one of your family members have gone missing. The first thing you say, we just need a home. You know, well, and she does go on to make an appeal to Nikki. Again, something that I don't feel that Paul or Emma didn't. It wasn't a direct appeal to Nikki. Please, Nikki, please come home. We can sort anything out. These are the sort of things that you would be saying, and I think this does come over, at least in this interview.
Only for you, what's the last week been like as a father?
It's been very difficult. As from last Friday morning to date, it's just been so painful. We're such a close-knit family. We talk to each other, both our children, Louise and Nicola, and the children every day. There's not a day goes by without talking to them. And
what did she say there, Dot? She does say something there. Let's have a look.
A week ago, Nicola Bulley dropped.
Why is that?
But they know that she's going to be coming home.
What the hell happened? Sorry, it sort of seemed to go right forward.
Tomorrow, and we're just going around in circles. It's
point, you know, the community spirit has been unbelievable in a very small village. How much is?
Yeah, they seem very concerned about Ernie.
We appreciate everything. It's been very difficult. As from last Friday morning to date, it's just been so painful. We're such a close-knit family. We talk to each other, both our children, Louise and Nicola, and the children every day. There's not a day goes by without talking to them. And this has just emptied our lives at the minute. We just feel so empty.
Anybody catch what Dot says there? Does she say quite right, or that's correct, or something like that?
Talking to them. And this has just emptied our lives at the minute. We just, a day goes by without talking to them. And this has just emptied our lives.
Yeah, I can't make out what Dot's saying there. I don't know if anybody else can. That's the only real comment that she makes. It sounds like she was saying quite correct, or that's right, or something like that. But anyway, let's carry on.
At the minute, we just feel so empty. You know, we appreciate everything that everyone's doing to find her. The police have been brilliant. The local community has been outstanding. And it's just comforting from that point of view. But at the end of the day, we just want her back.
On that point, you know, the community spirit has been unbelievable in a very small village.
Yeah, they seem, oh, that's actually just made me cry now thinking about that, because, you know, they're very concerned about Ernie's, aren't they? So holding himself together. These three people, and particularly Ernie and Dot, they are holding themselves together. You didn't see that with Paul at all. You know, he can't be so devoid of feelings, or, you know, I know not everybody shows their feelings. I expect Ernie doesn't show his feelings very often.
How much has that helped you, knowing that people have come from far and wide to help look for your daughter?
Massive. It's been massive. We've really appreciated it, and everyone that's been involved doing the sweep search of the fields, etc. It's just given us hope that someone might find something that could give us that little clue to what might have happened.
We just need.
If you look at the eyes there, you know, I'm always saying the eyes, it's all in the eyes. Their eyes, the eyes of people that really are grief stricken. That's like anguished eyes, aren't they?
We just need something. We're nearly a week on tomorrow, and we're just going around in circles. It's like something's got to have been missed. There's got to be, somebody must know something. Somebody must know. People don't just vanish into thin air. There's got to be somebody that knows something. And all we are asking, no matter how small or big, if there's anything that you can remember that just doesn't seem right, then please reach out to the police. Please just get in touch and get my sister back.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people have made things of when she laughs there, but to me, that's completely different than when Paul laughed. I think it's just that just can't believe what's happening, is it? It's like, this isn't, talk about waking up, from a nightmare. This is genuinely how she feels. She's sort of incredulous. It's like, I can't believe I'm even here sort of making this appeal, but at least she's making an appeal. Where was Paul's appeal?
I was going to ask you that, Lou. What is it you want to say to people watching this, wherever they're sat, wherever they're watching from, on their phones, on the tellies? What do you want to say to people in order to help you?
Well, just if anybody knows anything, just let us know. Just, Nikki, if you're bloody out there, just let us know that you're okay. We can sort anything out. We can.
Yeah, to me, that is the sort of thing that you say to someone who's gone missing, especially because, again, bearing in mind that we didn't know then that Nicola had these special issues. But when Louise, at least she makes this appeal, like, if we can sort anything out, because if you did think your family member may have gone off and done something to themselves, or taken themselves away because they couldn't cope with things anymore, that's exactly the sort of thing you would say. And looking at Louise's face there, I personally think that's a very genuine expression of grief.
We just want you home. We just want you home.
Yeah, my approach to this is that for the public to search their minds or anything that they might have seen, doesn't matter how significant it is. If it's something that they think might not be interesting, it could be, and inform the police that that they've seen something. But the main thing is that we want to find Nicola, get her back home. There's 2 young children there waiting for their mummy to come back. And we feel that we want her back, obviously, also. But, if Nicola is out there, if she is watching this, then all we'd like to say is just come home, contact the police, contact ourselves, and we just want you back.
One thing.
Yeah, again, an appeal. We want you back. If you're watching this, Paul never said, if you're watching this, please come home. Maybe he knew she wasn't watching it. Oh, Nicola. Our eyes are very similar, aren't they, to her sisters and her mum and dad's? All their eyes are similar.
Covering this story and speaking to people right at the very heart of it, and everyone harks back to this, is that there are 2 beautiful girls at home, Nikki's kids. How difficult is that, knowing that the daughters are there without a mum?
It's just, obviously their little minds are trying.
I think Ernie there, we was looking to Dot as if he was wondering if Dot wanted to speak, but it looked as if, I think Dot can't speak because she'll get too upset if she speaks. So that's why she's not speaking, because she doesn't want to break down.
And a process they don't really understand. None of us understand, to be honest. But we've just got to try and when there's children involved, you have to carry on. You've got to get through every day, and that's all we're trying to do.
But they know Mum is missing. But they know that she's going to be coming home.
Oh, bless.
And this is, everyone's looking for her. So it's only a matter of time that they're thinking in their minds that she's going to walk through that door.
What happened on Friday morning was started off as what seemed to be Nikki's, daily routine, really, dropping the kids off at school, taking Willow for a walk. It all seemed quite normal. But how do you feel about the fact that this has happened and it isn't Nikki in a way, if you get what I mean? It's not her, it's not normal Nikki.
No.
What's happened? How does that make you feel?
Well, we just haven't got any answers, have
No,
we? We just don't know.
She's done this 1,000 times. Drops the children off from school. A beloved dog, Willow. She loves it to bits, that dog. She'd do anything for the animal.
There goes the dog again. If only the dog could speak, because she'd do anything for that animal, and I'm sure Willow would do anything for her. So that goes back to what I always say, she's not in that river because that dog would not have left her side or left the river side, or it would have been in there in the water with her.
She parks the car in the school car park, walks across past St Michael's Church, through that little lane, up to the open field, and that's where she does it every day in, day out. There may be days where she misses, but if it's not her, it's Paul. And it all revolves around the point that they've dropped the children off at the school. But it's just routine. And, we're just baffled by it. Just baffled.
Yeah, they're baffled by it. So that was, Nikki's routine, parking the car, crossing the road, that busy road, but no dash cam. Well, as far as we know anyway, even though there's so many cars going up that road. Oh, gosh.
The police only have said that they're keeping an open mind about what's happened here. Is that easy to do? Is it difficult to keep an open mind? When there's speculation and everything. How tough is that?
Yeah, well, we're trying to be quite honest with you. We're trying not to get too involved in what people are saying, because nobody knows anything, do they? So, and that's what we really want to say today, is don't get blindsided that this has definitely happened, or, we need to keep an open mind.
Yeah, and I think that's very true what she said. And that was the problem, wasn't it, with what the police decided so early, that she definitely had gone into the river. That was their main working hypothesis. That's a big mistake the police made right early on, was by saying that too soon. And even if it was their main working hypothesis, they shouldn't have said that publicly. What they should have said is, we're exploring all the avenues. That's what the police say. It's like they were so keen to say she'd gone in the river that they not cordoning off anything, just immediately assuming, because I know they may have had no evidence that she left the river, but they had no evidence that she actually went to the river, and they had no evidence that she fell in the river. So that was interesting what I read yesterday, that the reason that the coroner sent the divers back to the wire was to assess the topography, and assess the stability of the riverbank, etc. It's just, it's still incredulous as to how quickly the police came out with this hypothesis and made it public. So that's what grabbed everyone's attention and made people think, what? And Louise is saying here, don't jump to conclusions. We don't know what's happened.
Could be anything, because there's no evidence to point any other way, and get my sister home.
We'll just end on a final note from you all. And how important is it that this message is out there, that people listen, that they give?
It just, the camera's a bit strange. Is it? Why did it go to that bit where it was behind the plants? Let's have a look. Sometimes the camera.
How important is it that this message
What is that?
is out there, that people listen, that they give any information that they possibly can to help get your sister, to help get your daughter back home. How crucial is it right now?
Well,
It's the only thing we're holding on to.
we're holding on for this as not our last hope, but this is going to reach out to millions of people. And we're just hoping that from this interview that something may come of it, which will spark a light, and it will lead to us finding our daughter.
Yeah, so Nicola had been missing a week now when they made this interview. Yeah, they were the first people to make. So that's quite strange, isn't it? Because they made this interview after a week, because that'd be the stage you would get to where you think, oh, hang on, we need to make a wider appeal. Then Paul did the interview on the riverbank, but completely separate from the family. Now, this interview is done in Emma's home, in the same place that Paul. Why is Emma's home the centre for all the interviews? And then it makes you wonder why then after that, well, why wasn't Paul there in this interview, first of all? Why after that did the family, Ernie and Dot and Louise didn't do any other interviews, even though there was another 2 weeks before Nicola was actually found? I mean, I'm not saying they should have done, because I expect, but you sort of would maybe make more appeals until, there actually was a conclusion. And then never appear with Paul. There's a definite separation here between them and Paul. I wonder if we'll ever find out what that is. Maybe they don't like him. Maybe they don't get on well. We never see a photo of them together. And most sort of YouTubers or people that are into social media and things, they found practically every photo, I think, that they could possibly have found, but still not found any photos of Paul with the family, with the parents and sister. So that seems suspicious to me as well. So after that, after this interview, it's all Paul and Emma. It's the Paul and Emma show. And in fact, it's more the Emma show than anybody else's show. So it's after this that Emma sort of really interjects herself into every interview and being the spokesperson for the family, etc. And that to me rings sort of alarm bells, because I just wonder why that is. Well, why is that? Anyway.
How much are you missing now?
Oh, don't. It's
Oh.
It's hard.
Oh. So you can see that he's genuinely, he's held himself together through the interview. And when the reporter asked that question, he just can't hold it in anymore. And they're all upset. They're upset for him. They're upset for wondering where Nicola is. And that is how people act when their loved one goes missing. That is genuine emotion.
See, it's hard. We're such a close-knit family. We are a close-knit family, I'm sorry. But we're such a close-knit family.
You see, so he's trying to hold himself. He says, I'm sorry for showing emotion. It's that's genuine emotion.
Do anything for any one of us, and the children will do the same for us. We're getting on in life. And, the grandchildren and our own children are more important to us as we're getting older. So, yeah, just hope she comes home.
Yeah. So there you go. What do you think about that? You see the difference? The difference when someone's genuinely heartbroken. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've got quite upset myself now. But you see, that's how people's genuine emotion can move you. If it's genuine emotion, you're moved by it. When someone doesn't show genuine emotion, there's nothing to be moved by. This is why we're suspicious, because we know the difference between genuine emotion and not genuine emotion. So remember to always live and love very carefully. I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Bye.